welcome back to Wisdom for All YouTube channel. This is Jackie once again, speaker for this video, and I'm so happy to be back here to be sharing another message with you. Thank you guys. And today's topic is faith, right? Title of our topic is, yes, that's the title of our topic, and that's actually a question that I hope you'll be able to answer at the end of this video, okay? Many times in our lives we receive God's blessings, we experience His greatness, His power. But when we go through a rough patch, or when life gets tough, we sometimes find ourselves doubting or wavering a little. Worse, we fear and panic and lose sight of who God really is. Well, I hate to admit it, guys, but that's how we respond to trials and difficulties at times. We go from having a lot of faith to having a little, or vice versa. Let's take a look at some examples, okay? We're going to shred the story in Matthew 14:22 to 36, okay? This is Jesus walking on water. So join me, guys, as I shred this story. Let's read verse 22, guys. Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him in the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. By walking on water, Jesus demonstrated that He is unshaken and unaffected by air and water. These two elements, right? That He is the Lord of the wind and the waves. But let's see how the disciples reacted when they saw Jesus walking on water. When the disciples saw Him walking on the lake, they were terrified. It's a ghost, they cried out in fear, right? The disciples were terrified because they thought only ghosts could walk on water. Their struggles and difficulties during that time, they were maybe rowing against the wind for hours already when Jesus came. What they were going through that moment made them forget that Jesus is capable of doing something like that, like walking on water, right? And that kind of applies to this day. Some people believe in spooky and ghostly stories and stuff more than they believe miracles, right? Verse 27, Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Verse 28, "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." Not only did Peter want to prove Jesus' identity, he also wanted to partake of Jesus' power and experience something amazing and supernatural, right? It was Peter who expressed his desire to walk on water, to which Jesus responded, "Come." Verse 29. Jesus granted Peter's request. Still in verse 29, then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." By faith, we take steps towards uncharted waters, uncharted territories. But once we're there and we see obstacles and setbacks, we usually get scared. We lose faith and sadly we chicken out. We focus on the situation or the problem. We forget how powerful God is. We forget that it is actually God who made us reach that far, who made us do the impossible. Not our abilities, skills, strengths, or connections, right? It is actually God. Verse 31. Immediately Jesus reached his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" These verses, guys, tell us how Peter lacked faith to continue experiencing something extraordinary, but had enough faith to ask the Lord to rescue him. Right? It also tells us the story of the other disciples who thought Jesus was a ghost and who stayed on the boat because they didn't have faith. They didn't think God can do wonders for them. Fear can drown us. It can also hold us back from experiencing an extraordinary life. Whereas faith can move mountains. You find it here. Faith can make us do the impossible. You can find it here. And when they climbed in the boat, the wind died. Verse 33, then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." When we experience God's power and have a clear vision of who he really is, worship happens. Right? If we really know who Jesus is and what he can do, will we still fear or worship? So guys, let me ask you again, what level is your faith? Are you like Peter, who went from having a lot to having little? Are you like the other disciples who didn't have faith and just started believing after Jesus revealed himself to them? This is very important, okay? The wind died when Jesus climbed into the boat. Setbacks and challenges are diminished or downsized when Jesus is in your boat. Your problems become too small, they won't be able to affect you anymore. Why? Because Jesus is in your boat. Guys, our voyage is never about tides and weather conditions. Neither it is about the size of our boat. No, it's not about that. It is simply about having Jesus on it. So guys, let's desire to have Jesus on board, because he is everything we need. Thank you for joining us today, guys. Watch out for more videos. Please share our videos, guys. Help us change minds and change lives. God bless you all.